I'm friends with Will Sasso, who does a podcast. He was on our podcast, and he talked about this. Dootsy, which is do you know about this? He's got an AI-driven podcast with his partner, and the partner is this genius who actually wrote a book on how to win The Bachelor.
It's
Do you know about
Bachelor
this?
Playbook, and he said,
Do you know that?
I'm familiar with the book. Yeah.
You are.
And he said, "Oh, let me show you what he said to us, and then I want you to comment on this."
Of course.
Sorry, I have encyclopedic knowledge of reality television.
Viall
You need
Files.
to go on Nick Viall's podcast.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Why?
But,
Why?
He doesn't like you?
Stories for another time. Nick Viall is very much
What?
Wait, go.
What are you doing?
what we call a fence player. He is not affiliated legitimately with the show anymore, but he gets a lot of favors from them, so he has to kind of mind his P's and Q's about what he says. We are very definitely on the other side of that. We are trying to analyze the game for what it is a game, expose it as a game, and win that game.
Wasn't there a show that came out that was a scripted show about The Bachelor that was really showing? That's it.
Well, wait.
But
Play the clip that he
like how productive.
what his book does, and he says that he
That's
wins.
a little bit before that.
That's a little bit. So you can explain. Do you know who he is?
I've seen his face before.
Okay, it's been on that neck for years. What I was saying, what he was saying was he wrote a book on how to win The Bachelor, and
that they've been caught on the set reading that book
and thrown off the game.
Cast members?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
Play before that. But he says there's a definite game strategy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I disagree with that. I mean, my understanding of these people is ultimately they're just fans of the show. Mm-hmm. They've gotten very involved. I mean, there's a competitive element to it, but I think it's what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Yeah. That my experience on the show really affected me, you know. While I don't think I was ever really in love for what I now feel like really love is to me, I felt real pain and real sadness and real heartbreak when I was The Bachelor. Even for the women I wasn't going to end up with, I felt real remorse and real guilt because on some level you have to be misleading and you have to lead people on. I tried to be very respectful for that as much as I could. And so I think, and everyone's experience is different. The people who make it to the Final Four, they have a very different experience on that show rather than the people who are there for night one or a couple weeks. I always find it kind of hilarious that the people who usually go home the first week or two have the most to say about how the show works in public. You know, but it's, you know, the people who make the Final Four are literally there twice as long.
How long is the whole thing?
Depending on the season, but historically, typically it's about 9 weeks, and you get to the Final Four within the first 5.5, 6 weeks. So again, the Final Four, they're almost twice as long as anyone else. But I guess my point is like, listen, they're having fun. I think they're kind of, my question for them is I wonder how serious they are about their analysis of the show. But to me, again, like the people who will go on that show, it was my life for a big part of my 30s, and I had a lot of ups and a lot of downs and a lot of trauma from it and a lot of experiences, and to have that be suggested that it's all just a game and it's all fake and no one's sincere and it's all just, you know, gamesmanship, I think is disingenuous to the people who've had real feelings and real emotions and had to deal with some real trauma from that environment.